stand up to this one. Come on, Colorado, let's go, My mind state be high like the crime rate. Let me back it up, my mind be like my state. Colorado, I leave nobody's hollow when I come through. I don't even pop a bottle, I don't even hit the throttle when I be in the lane. I fought hard through the pain, now you see in the game. It ain't about the fame, it ain't about the cheese. It's about the only reason why I get on my knees. And that reason is He, it's God living in me. So I can keep Him in my chest, I gotta let Him be free. And let Him be me, and let Him be you, and let Him be us. I let it all go because in God I trust. I know you all know He made strong in my weakness. The blind can see this, open your mind, see this. More live than read just how Jesus walked. They said that I can't do it, now Jesus talk. Let's go Colorado, yeah let's go. We 5,000 feet up and yeah we still gotta grow. Let this light in us show the light of Christ. Smile high, let's go. I believe I see the green light. Let's go Colorado, yeah let's go. We 5,000 feet up and yeah we still gotta go. Let this light in us show the light of Christ. Smile high, let's go. I believe I see the green light. Round up the generation, hear the battle cry. Have faith and stand strong because we will never die. Life forever's promised to us. The gift that we've been given, you can still choose to die, man. It is your decision. Why you hoping and you wishing? I'll be chillin' praying that the SON shine every day and every night, every morning, every evening. Keep me from deceiving and leave a trail of breadcrumbs so I can keep believing. I can keep achieving. With you I know it's possible. If I keep my eyes to the skies, I can see no obstacle. I feel I gotta do everything my mama do to keep my family protected. Like my God's armor do, I reap like the farmer do, and so like the shepherd. I'm weak, fragile, and timid, y'all. Just for the record, I'm bad characteristics covered in Christ's blood. The love I only have for Him, He has for all of us. Let's go Colorado, yeah let's go. We 5,000 feet up and yeah we still gotta go. Let this light in us show the light of Christ. Smile high, let's go. I believe I see the green light. Let's go Colorado, yeah let's go. We 5,000 feet up and yeah we still gotta grow. Let this light in us show the light of Christ. Smile high, let's go. I believe I see the green light. The only way I move is when the Lord moving in me. Could it truly be the Holy Spirit living in me, swimming in me and giving to me everything that I could possibly need to be free? So I just strap on my invisible backpack, filled with His truth and His blessings are not facts. I have full faith in His wonderful teachings. My spirit gets strong as my flesh it weakens and weakens, until the point the light shines through. Once the seed is now a tree, branching given to you, a testimony of a life that He already gave. And I'm just walking down a path that He already paved, hoping that we realize that we already saved. Truly repent for your old ways, you can be changed. Pick your head up everybody, please don't be ashamed. When it's over, man, there ain't no one to blame. Let's go Colorado, yeah let's go. We 5,000 feet up and yeah we still gotta grow. Let this light in us show the light of Christ. Smile high, let's go. I believe I see the green light. Let's go Colorado, yeah let's go. We 5,000 feet up and yeah we still gotta grow. Let this light in us show the light of Christ. Smile high, let's go. I believe I see the green light. Y'all know what that green light mean. Let's go. Colorado, let's go. Time to be Christ-like, live it divine-like. That means it's time to go.
Innervision, taking you to a new level of Christian radio. www.innervisionrecords.org, the official website of Innervision.
Send us feedback, requests.
Help spread the word about local musicians. We are Inner FM.
Welcome to another Innervision FM on Denver Open Media, KUVO 92.9 on your FM dial. And this is just a series of interviews that I'm doing with artists and other people in the community. Now today we're going to be interviewing a young man that he at the age of 19 he ran into a very tragic event, but he turned that tragic event around to music and just reaching out to other people and helping them to not to take the same road and do something positive with their life. So I'd like to welcome to Innervision FM, Justin Merow. So how you doing?
Hey, man? Thank you so much, Johnny.
Yeah.
I really appreciate your time and for having me out here and for helping me get the mission, get my goals out there in the open also, and get my music out and be able to connect with these local artists and fans here in Denver.
Yeah. And before we get into that first song we heard, is that Let's Go Colorado? What
Yes, sir.
What inspired that?
Well, Let's Go Colorado, it's pretty much trying to inspire us as Coloradans. That's where I'm from. That's the community I can speak to directly as far as raising our standards. It's time. The green light has been here. We have enough knowledge to go forward and do positive things and actually make positive changes. We just need to do it more. And it's really it'll turn into a multi-layered conversation with me, because I know that there are so many people in Colorado that are doing positive things, yet still it is overshadowed by teenagers killing each other, and also young people and adults being misguided through our popular media that we all sit and watch in our living rooms, or maybe listen to on the radio as we're driving our children to school. It's really not all leading us the right direction.
Yeah. Like it sounds like sometimes we need another, like Nipsey Hussle. I mean, he was here, he's gone, so we need someone else to step up, a group of people to step up and rise up in these neighborhoods and start developing like entrepreneur like businesses to help each other, and not just be looking out for the government. Here, government, give us a hand out. Let's put our resources together and get this thing started with a lot of the young people. So yeah.
Exactly, and also not looking for a record deal, waiting for a record deal to happen for us to think we can make an impact. Because that's the fantasy I saw created too. Yeah, we need more Nipsey Hussles. He did well. He has done well in his career, and he did some good things. There are still people doing good things, I'm sure, in his community.
Right.
And sometimes I think we feel like we need to wait till we get a record deal and have all the Benzes and nice fancy clothes to make a difference.
Right.
But we can make a difference with what we have.
Right. Well, let's take our audience back for those of you out there that have never heard Justin. And your artist name is
Jay Smiley.
Jay Smiley, right? So if you haven't heard his music until today, that's part of it. Let's go back to it. Like, what was the starting point of this when you were 19 and you were trying to fit in? How did that come about?
Oh, thanks for bringing it up. I know my life story is, I love being able to share it with people. But when I was growing up, me and my family, we grew through some like lower economic situations. We didn't have money for everything all the time, and we didn't have, say, adults to help guide us in the right direction all the time either. So we had a lot of freedom growing up. But I was invited to a boys' home. It was like a foster home, orphanage of sorts, where boys who were doing academically well were given an opportunity to go to private schools, and they live separate than they're born into families. And so I went there for 7 years. Actually, I visited my mom and my brothers every once a month. And then after my junior year in high school, I was doing really good, but I felt that going to private school, graduating Regis Jesuit High School, I thought I was going to end up going to a fancy college, sending my family back money, and really feeling disconnected. So I actually left the program at 17 before I graduated, because I wanted to fit in with my older brothers. I wanted to have time. And I guess I did that, but I also broke some rules in the meantime. I started to drink and smoke and hang out with seniors in high school. My senior year, I went to a public high school and really had all the credits I needed to graduate. By the time I was 19 years old, I was drinking and driving with my best friend, got into a car crash, and I was in a coma for 2.5 weeks. My friend who was in the vehicle survived without a scratch, but he didn't go to the hospital. But for 2.5 weeks, my family didn't know if I was going to live. Doctors didn't know if they could do what they needed to do for me to live. But after I woke up, I was paralyzed on my left side, shoulder to toe. I had a tracheotomy in my throat. I had 3 blood clots in my head, and I couldn't walk, talk, or eat by myself. So was very fortunate in that, was able to see God's grace.
Now, was there a lot of rehab in there, like somebody, helping you like to start moving arm, or how did you get over the paralysis? I mean, how long did it take?
Yeah, I had a rehabilitation. I was in the Spalding Rehabilitation Center for 3 weeks as an inpatient, and I did it just for 1 month outpatient, and I was already walking out with a cane. I weighed about 60 pounds less than I did, but I was alive, and I knew that I was alive for a reason greater than myself. I wasn't the only person that was a teenager drinking, smoking, thinking that nothing was going to happen to him. I know that was a lot. My life was a reflection of a lot of people's life as a young person growing up in America. It's confusing. Even though we know values and we know what's right and wrong, we feel like we have to fit in to these people who are on TV all the time that we look up to, that are drinking, smoking, not wearing a lot of clothes. They're talking about they're having sex with these other people, and we feel like we want to fit in. And after surviving that, I realized that I actually did not need to do all those things to realize, well, it's a tough conversation, because me personally, I did have to go through those things to learn. I feel that now, me living still, I can show other young people that they do not have to nearly kill themselves, or in fact kill themselves, to feel like they fit in, or to grow comfortable living a morally centered life.
Do you feel like somehow in this society we have gone so far? Because I mean, I grew up in the '60s where it was still like 75% of the African American families, they were husband and wife, and it seemed like the last 50 years it's flipped. Now it's like 75% of the households are ran by women, and I'm thinking, like, where did these guys go? How do you get this idea that the government should be taking care of your kids? The government should be doing all this, and where are these guys? Who's not telling these guys, step up to the plate and figure this thing out? And it just seems like there's just been like this over the last 50 years, this rapid decay of the family, or just values that are positive. And so in your short lifetime, I mean, have you seen like that step by step where it's just recycled over and over again? And then how have you tried to step in front of them where they can see you and say, okay, maybe this is another alternative, and I don't have to go the same pattern? So
right. Okay. Well, I know growing up for me, my father, in fact, was an African American man. My mother is a Caucasian American woman, and my father, he was very abusive. He was alcoholic. There's some negative things that I can associate with them from when I was younger. But also I realized that he wasn't to blame. We're living in a country where he grew out of slavery also, so he wasn't really educated on how to care for a woman. He might have knew to go get money is how to survive, but he wasn't even expected probably to live a real cordial life inside of his home and be respectful, this, that, and the other thing. So I understand that he was living what he knew. Me being an adult now, I know a lot more than he knew, just because of where we are in history. I think a large struggle for a lot of minorities now, we could talk about African Americans specifically, is still holding on to the fact that slavery did happen in our past, and and not holding it against white people. It's not white people's fault that slavery happened. I mean, even I imagine myself, I think if I grew up and was a white person and everybody was slave masters and slaves, it'd be tough for me to change up and be like, hey, I'm not going to be a slave owner. I'm gonna do this and that. So it would have taken a lot for me to change, you know.
Yeah, it would be like a peer pressure. Like,
Right,
you
and so I think we recognize that we're all kind of a victim of our circumstances. We get taught what we're taught, and we have to go along with the popular voice a lot of times. Now, since we're 2019, I think we know that, well, that's actually not the case. You can do what you want to do, but it's just taken us time to evolve and move on from slavery to now we're free and we all can, you know, live a value-based life with other people of different races and not really hold the people who are living now accountable for mistakes that may have happened in the past.
Yeah, people that are no longer even here.
Right.
Right. I've noticed, like, but do you see, like, I know you're going into the educational system, and I know in California, like 60, I don't know, some high number, 40% of the kids come out of high school and they can't read and write and do math. And I'm kind of figuring out what's going on in these schools where we're paying the teachers, maybe not enough, but we're not giving the kids a structure where they can say, hey, I can succeed in this and finish this off and then move on to the next level, or even, you know, get a trade, because not everybody's going to be a rapper, not everybody's going to be a basketball player. You know, you got to have these in-between people.
And also, you can be a rapper and a construction worker. You can get paid multiple ways. It's not there's not a limit, and you can be multiple things.
Even before you became a part of the DPS and so forth, were you seeing like different patterns where it was drawing the I guess peer pressure and stuff like that, and you kept seeing that rotating over and over again, and then tell us about your company, and then what is your purpose of your company is to change that around, and give the audience the name of your company as well.
Oh, thank you. So as after recovering from the accident and going through therapy and such, that would happen when I was 19. By the time I was 20, it was between 23 and 25. By the time I was 23, I ran 2 marathons. I recorded 2 albums that was Christian rap music. And really, I just said, hearing that I may not be able to walk, talk, or eat again on my own, but then being able to do it really let me know, well, it's kind of all about mindset and not about me really fitting in with anybody.
So it was a mindset that you were going to overcome this, you were going to beat this. Now with your company, Divine America, you're working on trying to get those kids to come out of the fog and lash onto something bigger than themselves and ride that wave, is what I'm understanding.
Sir.
Yeah,
that's correct. And so after I did, put out my music and felt I had expressed what I was meant to express, or I got it off my chest. I recorded my album and said what I needed to say. I felt that my mission at that point was then not to say more through rap music, but to let other people know that they could do the same thing. Because I wanted to record music far before I got into a car crash. I just didn't think I could do it without talking about drinking, smoking, and having sex, even though those were things I never did at that point. So I'm letting young people know now that I'm trying to get a vehicle going where we can let them know now, you can actually record this, start recording your music now, and it can be positive, and it can help them in the future. So they don't have to recognize that they have to live a bad life in order to recognize that living a positive life is going to get them the most reward.
So it's going to be an uphill battle, but because we have so much information out there, we don't have to look at the mainstream TV as much, because that's what they're promoting. Say you have to talk about shooting up each other and all that kind of stuff. So you can circumvent that and say, okay, there's another lifestyle out there that this media is not going to tell you about. They're going to tell you you're going to have all the success talking about negative, but no success if you do the positive.
Right, and there's plenty of people out with college degrees that are making their own living and living in their own families and being healthy, and I think we need to show that more to young people and have that be acceptable, because a lot of us do come from homes that are broken. There's no husband and wife, so for us to grow up, we know that we can live and survive without a husband or wife, and so we go on with that mentality. It's every man for himself, every woman for herself, although we need to come together. I will touch base back at my company, though. It's called Divine America. And its mission is to promote positive artists, individuals, and organizations who promote positive values in their work. And it's actually transformed into a multi-component business. I have an after-school program which supports and funding Innervision Records. We're coming out with an Artist Boost program spring of 2020, where we're helping artists, both adult and young, say in high school, record music and start to actively pursue their talents. And so right now with our teaching program that we have in schools also, we engage local artists. So us as local artists can actually become the teachers in class to give students a real interaction with a rapper or a country singer or a female dancer, whatever might inspire them. But they can meet local artists and hear directly from them what it takes to follow their dream, and they're actually, what they're teaching is actually turning the young people away from following these people like Jay-Z or Beyonce, things that they promote. It's not about the people. Jay-Z is not a bad person. Beyonce is not a bad person, and that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying just the overall glam and attraction power that the wealthy have is a misconception for the people who are growing up without those things. And we have to realize that without those things, we are still in fact complete, and we still can achieve our dreams even if we don't have those things. Because I know Jay-Z wasn't growing up wealthy. I know Beyonce didn't grow up with, well, I don't know, but they may not have been, they may not have grown up with silver spoons in their mouth, but they still achieved their dream. So.
If you've just joined us, you listen to Innervision FM, KUVO, Denver Open Media, 92.9 on the FM dial. And we're talking to J.C. Smiley, that's his AK name, and Justin Merow. And we just discussing like this program that after school program that will be like Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday in the Denver Public Schools, and if it's a program that if you're working with the Denver Public Schools and you haven't heard of it and you like to get more information about this, what's the way people can get a hold of you?
Perfect. Well, you can just simply type Divine America Denver in Google. You'll pull up our website. Right now it's on Wix, so I believe the website is mhdamerica.wix.com/mysite. So it's a little bit hard to remember. But search Divine America, that'll be fine. And if you're looking to hear music from Jay Smiley, you can just go to Reverb Nation and look up Jay Smiley. Also, you can look up Divine America on Reverb Nation, because to date, we have over 32 artists who we put music out for. We have a Bandcamp page. The easiest place you'll be able to find our music is at Reverb Nation, and search Divine America, Divine America. Now the word divine means godlike or angelic, and so we're looking to promote that part of America that oftentimes seems like it's not existent. People want to act like God is not present in America, when in fact there are so many beautiful things that are taking place. I know also you mentioned in California with the education system and some flaws with what we're teaching our young people. I actually work for DSST in Green Valley Ranch here, and there's some interesting facts on that too. So if you are doing research, I would research DSST schools, because they're changing how we're actually teaching our young people, and they're very successful. So the next song that we'll go to is called "It's Over Now."
Mhm.
And how I thought of this song because I wanted to just express that for us to live this new life, kind of if we're changing from a positive, if we're changing our life, we have to get rid of the lifestyle that we are currently living. And so that's what "It's Over Now" talks about. It talks about the life that I was living, which involved drinking. And I was 17 drinking. I mean, I'm not talking to adults. I'm talking to young people who are drinking illegally. So I was smoking. At that time, that was illegal. And it was especially illegal with me being 17.
Vaping.
I was
vaping
popping pills.
Yeah, vaping is now very popular, but yeah.
So all that stuff is over. And I had to be confident and say, no, that's over now. That's not who I am. Now let me tell you what I'm here to do. And you can find out if you listen to the track right here what I came to do, and I'm trying to exemplify that through my life also. Being more than a rap artist, actually using my talents and gifts to show off and showcase what God has put here for us and all the positive things that He has created with us. But if you get to our main site, it's MHD America, like Mile High Divine America .wix.com/mysite, MYSITE.
Okay. And I want to let our audience know that you are listening to Innervision FM. We used to do a pre-recorded show on Wednesdays and Fridays from 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m., which is just a showcase, an interview show like this. If you want to be a part of the show, you can just email me at info@innervisionfm.com, and I'll get back with you and get you booked for one of our shows. So for KUVO Denver Open Media, we'll see you the next time.
Jay Smiley, Divine
Smiley.
America, Innervision.
All right, check this song out.
I was
right
once caught living according to the world standards. Drugs, sex, money, alcohol. God told me what I came to do. I came here to let the sun shine continuously. From the streets to the hilltops to let us be free. And possibly see all my brothers living chivalrously. Well, eventually, you will hear my battle cry because we destined to be kings and queens and not just sheep that only walk because He says follow me. But we follow our hearts because we want to be free. Free from rage, hate, and free from greed. Free like Martin Luther King's dream, free indeed. We free at last, baby. I can't wait till we can finally be able to say it, but not just say it truthfully. God, you moving me, I'm stepping out with some boldness, expanding my territory. No man control this. My God can hold it as long as I show this. Life is not mine, but it's yours. You control this, so I expose it. I expose it. I expose this life. My past life is over. I gave up my past life. It's never too late for you, Lord. Let's start over. So I expose this lifelong testimony, a 22-year-old byproduct of being lonely. And I had to be lost to be found. You can find me up a mile high with my feet on solid ground. I'm solid now because my God is my solidity. He is my rock, He's my power to infinity. Christianity, I leave it all up on the track. I'm not standing still, and you know there ain't no going back. I go with that, so there's only one place to go. My feet is pressing on, progression with the flow. My pace is steady, slow, I'm practicing my patience, man. Call me the big engine that will, because I know He can move through me in order to move through you. Lord, it's all from you, through you, and to you. Everything you gave me, I want to give it to you. And whatever the case, Lord, I don't want to lose you. Yeah, I want to lose it, Lord. Let's start over. It's never too late to start over, Lord. I tell you too, I make a hoots with the priest. Do my best to sow seeds, whether in suits or capris. Students of faculty, they all gon' get it the same. I'm on fire for His flame, but not too wild to be tame. Probably too nice to be lame, maybe too lame to be nice. I'm pretty giving with my life, and that's an up-close and mic. Like, there's plenty artists that are better than me, and we really just all the same. So I'm giving it faithfully and living responsibly, so all my peers can see how it looks to be captivated yet be totally free. I just bought a t-shirt in size XXL. I guess I'm growing up a bit, that means I gotta excel. I could just give it up. It's not worth anything. But then I see some bobbleheads who's liking what I could bring. That's like a rock in a sling, aimed at the heart of Goliath. My rhymes intend to bring the truth, and it's light right to the face of the giant. Yes, I stand in defiance, stand in defiance of this world. You ain't gotta change yourself, you ain't gotta make yourself up or whatever. Just come to the Lord, just accept Him. He'll change you from the inside out. A beautiful life awaits. He'll take care of it.